Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Lunch Hour, brought to you by Constant Collab, where we eat, sleep, and breathe finance, news, and everything in between. So if you like finance, news, or crypto, make sure to subscribe. There is a lot going on in the crypto market today, so like always, let's dive in. Right now, the cryptocurrency market is sitting at $2.218 trillion. The 24-hour volume is 108 billion. Bitcoin dominance has ticked up since last week, right now sitting at 40.7%. And Ethereum has also gained dominance, currently sitting at 21.4%. The overall crypto market is currently down 3.14%. And Bitcoin this morning, when the inflation numbers came out, it actually went up to closer to 50%. I actually think that it surpassed the $50,000 mark. Right now, however, it has retraced from that number, currently sitting at 47,795, down almost 4%, and it is down for the 7-day period. Ethereum currently sitting at 4,000 flat, down 5.34% for the 24-hour period. Solana's down. Everything's pretty much down right now, unfortunately. Everything's red. I mean, we're talking about anywhere between 3 to 8%. I think 3 to 9%. Chainlink is down almost 10%. Chainlink has been a huge underperformer this season, so this bull cycle. But yeah, pretty much everything. Well, Filecoin is up almost 5%. There are very few coins that are in the green. Right now, everything's pretty much in the red, unfortunately. I was hoping, that we were going to have a good Friday, and we started out pretty good overall. But right now, everything, unfortunately, is very red. But with that being said, let's dive into the news. Like I said, Bitcoin bounces back $2,000 as U.S. inflation numbers highest in 40 years. It's actually like 38 years, but it is what it is. The inflation numbers in the United States for November are out, and it appears that the consumer price index, the CPI, is at the highest point in about 40 years. Bitcoin price spiked above 50,000 on the news. Bitcoin's price surged by almost 2,000 in a few hours, reaching an intraday high of 50,000 before retracing to where it currently trades at around 49,500. Well, right now, as we saw, it's a little below that. It's closer to 70 or 47.5, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check on that. At 47.7, 47.8. But this comes as the monthly inflation numbers in the United States became public today. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the consumer price index for November reached 6.7%. The numbers for December will be published January 12th. Data from the World Bank reveals that this is the highest inflation has been in the U.S. since 1981, when it stood at upwards of 10%. So as you guys can see, in 1981, it was closer to 13, almost 14%. And then it has, moved down since then to closer to 2%, between 2 and 4% year over year. But in 2021, as we read, it is currently at 6.8% in Q3 of 2021. So there's a lot of people that say that it's going to continue to go higher. There's some people that say that it's currently actually at around 10%. But, the U.S. Labor Bureau, they use different number and different statistics. So depending on who you look or where you look and who you speak with, it's probably between, 6.8 to 10%. So let's go with that. But yeah, the numbers came out, and that's where they stand right now. This is why 69K was not the top of Bitcoin cycle, according to PlanB. 69K was not the top. November is historically one of the best months for Bitcoin, and the 2021 edition didn't disappoint at first. The asset started the month at around 60,000, and in less than 2 weeks, uh, later broke its previous all-time high and tapped 69,000 to set a new record. This meant that Bitcoin was up by 140% since the start of the year. This is where the situation started to change rapidly, and BTC found itself below 60,000 at the end of the month. The landscape further worsened last week when the primary cryptocurrency dumped $16,000 in hours to 42,000. As of now, it stands at around 49,000, which means it's roughly 30% below the all-time high. Somewhat expectantly, such a substantial retracement in less than a month gave power to critics who started referring to the 69,000 line as the cycle top and predicted an impending bear market. However, PlanB does not think so. The popular anonymous analyst, perhaps best known for the creator of the stock-to-flow model, recently asserted that a typical bear market means around 80% correction. In other words, this would put Bitcoin's price at around 14,000, which is below the 2017 all-time high, and more importantly, below the 200 weekly moving average. So yeah, that's one thing about Bitcoin. Bitcoin has never, even after an 80%, 85% pullback, it has never gone below its previous cycle, its previous bull cycle all-time high, or it hasn't gone below the 200 weekly moving average. So PlanB says that will never happen, or he doesn't see it happen in this cycle. So there's two things that could happen. Either 69,000 wasn't the top, or there's not going to be an 80% pullback if we go into a bear market. History tends to not repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And that might be the case that, either a lot of people say that this is going to be a prolonged cycle. So, we might see the top later in 2022, or, the bear market might not be as bad as we expect it to be. It might not be an 80% pullback. And those are things that you have to take into account. I mean, MicroStrategy has been accumulating Bitcoin. They're probably not going to sell anytime soon. Tesla owns Bitcoin. A lot of institutional investors are into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So there might not be an 80% pullback like we're expecting. So it's just a matter of time, and that is something that we have to wait for and see what happens. The thing with technical analysis is that often you have to go back and see what happened to try to determine what is going to happen. So this part in history hasn't played out quite yet. So we just have to wait and see what the charts look like, 6 months from now, and then determine okay, this is what actually happened. But moving on, Bloomberg analyst predicts Bitcoin could hit 100K in 2022. One such is the senior commodity strategist at Bloomberg Research, Mick McGloon, who wrote in a tweet that 2022 would favor Bitcoin and gold, as both would hit 100,000 and 2,000 respectively due to the deflationary forces. Analysts have speculated that the U.S. Consumer Price Index, the CPI data coming on Friday, will show a significant 6.7 year-over-year increase. It was actually 6.8. According to McGloon, this increasing in inflationary pressure would have a ripple effect on commodities, prices, and equities. However, this inflation rate could help push the value of BTC and gold to new highs. 100,000 Bitcoin, $50 oil, and $2,000 gold. He continued that peaking commodities and the declining yield of the on the Treasury long bond point to risk of reviving deflationary forces in 2022, with positive ramifications on Bitcoin and gold. So, Bloomberg analyst says that we might hit 100K in 2022. And that's why, a lot of people are saying that this might be a prolonged bull cycle. So it's going to take more time for Bitcoin to reach that 100K mark. And it could happen. We don't know. I personally don't see 69 being the top. Am I afraid right now? Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I don't own Bitcoin. However, I have said this before. I do use Bitcoin as, as an indicator as to where the market is going. That is one of the very first assets that I look at every morning, just to see where the rest of the market is going. But crypto has no reason to exist, says ECB Fabio Panetta. This is the European Central Bank. Fabio Panetta, an executive board member at the European Central Bank, lambasted cryptocurrencies in a lecture published on December 10th, arguing that they have no reason to exist. On the whole, it is difficult to see a justification for the existence of crypto assets in the financial landscape. Well, I'll tell you why they exist. They exist because banks and greedy bankers collapsed the financial system back in '08. That is the only reason why cryptocurrencies exist. Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever he is, he or she, he created Bitcoin because, he was tired of fiat and governments devaluing their currencies, and he wanted to give the power of money back to people. That's why they blockchain and crypto assets exist and are where they are today. Despite the fact that the total value of the crypto market topped $3 trillion this year, Panetta asserts that cryptocurrencies are not useful either for society or the economy. In fact, he claims that crypto has a negative impact on society due to the adverse impact on mining on the environment, criminal activities associated with crypto, as well as the lack of regulatory mechanism for protecting investors. I mean, moving away from Bitcoin and the mining and the environment, cryptocurrencies and blockchain, they're literally creating a brand new economy with play to earn, staking, the metaverse. They're literally expanding the economy, allowing for people, to earn a living playing games, and businesses to collaborate with their employees via the metaverse without having to leave the home, a virtual office. Literally, blockchain is changing the economy overall. And so for him to say that there's no reason for crypto assets and they're not useful, I don't understand. I don't know where his mind is. Moving on. Breaking. India Prime Minister called for global norms on cryptocurrencies. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called upon nations to come together to formulate global norms for emerging technologies such as cryptocurrency. PM Modi's comment came during his address at the Democracy Summit. He also called upon nations to look at social media and cryptocurrencies as tools for helping democracy rather than undermining it. India is currently at a crucial juncture of crypto regulation. The draft cryptocurrency bill has finally been tabled for discussion in the parliament. The finance minister has assured that the government won't take a blanket approach at banning cryptocurrencies and looking to regulate cryptocurrency as an asset class. Latest report suggests that PM Modi could take a final call on the crypto bill before it makes its way into parliament. Despite the assurance from the government, mainstream media continues fear-mongering among the general masses. There has been several articles based on the wording of the old draft bill claiming the severe punishment for trading crypto. This has been the case despite the Indian government assuring that the wording of the bill are similar to the previous draft due to parliamentary process. So, there, and I have seen multiple articles saying that, anyone associated with trading, selling, or using crypto as a method of payment would face jail time with no bond. I mean, I've seen some really crazy articles, and I think I've read a couple here on the show. But as you guys can see, the prime minister, he's saying that there should be global regulation, and the world as a whole should come together to try to regulate cryptocurrency and social media. And they should be used as a method, to give power to the people. Crowdfunding platform Kickstarter will shift to blockchain-based model. I thought this was actually really cool. So I wanted to present it to you guys here. Kickstarting a blockchain replacement. Kickstarter, a crowdfunding platform for products, services, and ideas, announced yesterday it will shift its operations to a blockchain-based platform. The platform made the announcement in a blog titled "The Future of Crowdfunding Creative Projects," where it mentioned decentralization as one of the key reasons for the pivot, according to Kickstarter. The platform will be available for collaborators, independent contributors, and even Kickstarter competitors from all around the world to build upon, connect to, or use. The newly designed platform will also be open source, so other similar projects will be able to fork it and use it for different goals, bringing this solution to the whole developer community. This means that the community will have tools to create crowdfunding sites, will have no intermediation. The company further explained that the white paper for the organization will be released in the coming weeks. Other big companies recently are also including blockchain elements in their developments. So let me make this just a little bigger. It looks like the font looks weird. Okay, here we go. The Kickstarter team believes their crowdfunding expertise will allow them to produce a blockchain-based protocol to better suit their needs. The new protocol will be created by an independent organization financed initially by Kickstarter. Kickstarter will also create a governance lab that will be in charge of supervising the methods of governance for the protocol. This lab will undertake research and issue communications about the best way to govern the new protocol using blockchain tools, including a DAO. The crowdfunding protocol will be deployed on top of CELO as smart contracts enable carbon negative blockchain. Kickstarter elaborated that CELO will minimize the environmental impact of the protocol. CELO's price also benefited from the revelation, rising to $4.48 after the announcement. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Kickstarter is going decentralized. That's pretty awesome. Novi launches WhatsApp integration pilot program for selected US users in the US. So Novi, the wallet service of Meta, has launched an extension of its pilot program that started 6 weeks ago. The new phase includes integration with one of the most used messaging services in the world, WhatsApp. Now selected users in the US will have the opportunity to buy, send, and receive digital dollars with other users also enrolled in the test. So yeah, Novi finally has launched and they're putting it out slowly. So I think that they're still on a pilot test. Like the article said, it's just got integrated with WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is one of the most used messaging apps. So that's just bringing more people into their ecosystem, and big things are going to happen once they integrate it with Facebook. That's going to be game changer for cryptocurrencies overall. Period. Binance considering launching exchange with Indonesia's wealthiest family. Binance Holdings Limited could be establishing a cryptocurrency exchange in Indonesia in partnership with the country's wealthiest family. In addition to PT Bank Central Asia, controlled by the billionaire Hartono family, the world's largest crypto exchange is in talks with the state-owned PT Telkom Indonesia, according to Bloomberg sources. The potential deal would be a boon for all parties involved. Binance would enhance its market position in the country's emerging crypto space, where it has already invested in Toko Crypto, one of the country's largest crypto exchanges. So Binance is expanding. I mean, Binance keeps taking over the globe, literally one country at a time. But let's see. Solana Network slows to a crawl following alleged DDoS attack. On Thursday, the Solana Network experienced a significant slowdown in transaction processing, sparking fears of another DDoS attack. However, the blockchain service provider Genesis Go played down the incident, attributing it the situation to growing pains rather than inherent design flaws. The Solana validator network is experiencing issues this morning. Transaction per seconds issues as the network worked to process transactions requests. Remember, this is blockchain. If the transaction ID went through, then it is not lost, just pending. Growing pains is all. Nonetheless, considering this is the second such event has happened since mid-September, investors are growing twitchy around the protocol security and robustness. Is Solana highly centralized? Word of a DDoS attack first came to light on Thursday around 1500 GMT when Solana NFT platform Block Asset tweeted that they were aware of the long token distribution times. They added that this is due to a DDoS attack flooding the network. Rival user Twist the Knife. Twitter user and Cardano stake pool generator Cardanians IO point out that Cardano chain has yet to crash or go offline, adding that the project systemic approach to blockchain pays off. Solana crashed again. No point in laughing because the same could happen to Cardano. However, it hasn't happened yet, and it's good to think why that is. Cardano's being built on a mission critical system. The scientific approach makes sense and it pays off. So the start of December saw Cardano hit a 20 million transaction process, all without a single downtime incident during its 4-year in operation. And Cardano, again, I mean, it has been around longer than Solana, and it has never been down. It has never had an issue with validating transactions, and it's validated over 20 million transactions without any issues. And a lot of people hate on Cardano, and I just don't understand why. But moving on, crypto firms spent $5 million lobbying Senate in first 3 quarters of 2021. There's really not much to say about this. I honestly don't think that $5 million is that much money. I would expect that number to be much, much higher. But yeah, they're spending money in Congress. I mean, every company does that, from tobacco to alcohol to e-cigarettes. They all lobby Congress. And again, I don't see $5 million as being that much money. Coinbase enables non-US customers to earn DeFi yield. The trading venue announced the news via a blog post on its official website. The team praised decentralized finance as a sector with many use cases for blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. It allows people to access digital assets applications without the need for a centralized intermediary, the company noted. Nonetheless, the DeFi protocol often requires expensive network fees and an appropriate user experience. With that said, Coinbase aims to make DeFi more accessible for its global clients. Eligible users will now be able to access the attractive yields of DeFi from the comfort of their Coinbase account with just a few tabs and without the network fees, the company revealed. Started from December 9th, customers are able to earn DeFi yield on day. The day amount will then be deposited into a compound finance, a DeFi marketplace used by crypto investors to lend and borrow digital assets. The offered annual percentage yield, APY, varies according to the rate from compound. During the month of October, for example, it fluctuated between 2.83 and 5.39%. So, I mean, at the end of the day, those percentage points are better than a savings account. So, I'm glad that other people around the globe are able to take advantage of this, since the SEC won't let Americans invest in anything. But Coinbase is also expanding around the globe. They're opening exchanges everywhere, and that is great news for those individuals. But that is the last articles we have for today, guys. Like always, I want to let you guys know that we are giving away an NFT. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel. At 500 subscribers, we are going to give it away. It is one of 999. One was burnt last week, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, if you guys want to have a chance at winning an NFT, make sure to subscribe to our channel. And like always, we appreciate you guys. Make sure to like, share, and get this video out there. Every like, every subscription, every share counts. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.